All right, for part 3, it's just going to be a small adaptation, small adjustment from what we did on part 2. Part 2, again, we did our multiplying binomial by a binomial, so we made our tic-tac-toe box. For this one, notice it says multiplying binomials by trinomials. So really, what I need you to do is to make an adjusted tic-tac-toe box. So make 2 vertical segments. And then this time we're going to make 3 horizontal. So it's not really a tic-tac-toe box, but it's structured the same way. So 2 vertical, but this time 3 horizontal. Because for our first part is an actual binomial, which means 2 terms. So that's 7n and a positive 2. But our next one is a trinomial, which means 3 terms. So we have 2n squared, negative 3n, and positive 2. So it's very similar to what we've already done, meaning distributive property essentially, and then combining like terms. So let's see, 2 times 7 is 14, and then this is where some students make a mistake. N squared times n squared times n, really just going to add my exponents. A 2 plus 1 gives me a 3. 2 times 2 is a 4, n squared tags along. All right, now let's go to our next term on the left, the negative 3n. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. N times n is n squared. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. N tags along. 2 times 7 is 14. N tags along. And last one, 2 times 2 is 4. Now for this one, you're going to notice, since it is slightly more complicated, you're going to have 2 diagonals for your like terms. But the little trick that I tried sharing you on the previous one is that your first term and your last term are always going to stay the same. So looking at your n squareds now, again, it's separate from the n's, separate from the n cubed. So negative 21 plus 4, or 21 subtract 4 is 17. Keep the negative sign, so negative 17 n squared. 14 subtract a 6 is an 8 n. And there you go. So again, it's still essentially distributive property and combining like terms, stuff that you've been doing for years. So let's try a few more. Same idea. Structure it by making a graphic organizer, and then we multiply. Let's see if we can find something with a bunch of negative signs, because again, that's where students generally make mistakes. All right, let's do number 9. Got a few more negative signs there. So we're going to make our adjusted tic-tac-toe box. So 2 vertical that are a little bit longer, and then 3 horizontal. 5x at the top, 2 at the top. And then on the left, our trinomial, 6x squared, negative 6x, negative 5. And again, quick multiplication. So 6 times 5 is 30. Oops, let me change the color. 6 times 5 is 30. X squared times x is x cubed. 6 times 2 is 12. X squared tags along. Negative 6 times 5 is negative 30. X times x is x squared. So again, it's a form of multiplication of distributive property. Sorry. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. X tags along. Negative 5 times 5x, negative 25. X tags along. And last one, negative 5 times 2, negative 10. Remember, first term stays the same. Last term stays the same. It's the diagonals we want to observe. So if you want to do one at a time, 30 subtract 12, keep the negative sign. So we got negative 18x squared. Both are negative for this one, which means you add them together. 25 plus 12 is 37. Keep the negative sign, so negative 37x. We'll try one more. Again, being careful how you structure it, careful with your multiplication, get a little bit of free help here, and then it's your responsibility to finish the rest. Let's see if we can find anything with, oh, there we go, number 14. That's what we're looking for, a lot of negative signs there. So we're going to be extra careful with this one here. All right, last one for help, and then you get some good time for your own work. Man. Let me try it better. Sorry. We're going to go to the cheat method. So again, 2 vertical, 3 horizontal. Little dot, 8m, negative 7. Trinomial on the left, 4m squared, negative 3m, negative 3. All right, so we're going to be careful with our multiplication. 4 times 8 is 32. M, again, m squared times m is m cubed. The first one always has to be different. 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. M squared tags along. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. M times m is m squared. Negative 3 times negative 7 is positive 21. M tags along. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. M tags along. Negative 3 times negative 7 is positive 21. So let's see. First term stays the same. Last term, positive 21, stays the same. All right, diagonal. Both are negative, which means I'm going to add them together and it stays negative. If you need to, you go off to the side and do 28 plus 24. That gives me 12, 5, but remember, negative 52 m squared. The m's, different signs, so I'm going to subtract, keep the negative sign, so negative 3m. So again, you got quite a bit of work to do, but it should be quick work. Just be careful with your signs, be careful with your adding and subtracting to try and find your like terms, combining like terms. So again, do the best that you can. Gonna have this on your quiz tomorrow. One more mini lesson after this.